A common problem we see with a lot of our clients is shoulder and back pain. So we're going to take you through a quick shoulder assessment. This is shoulder flexion. We're going to do some foam rolling, some stretching, and a quick exercise that's going to be very shoulder friendly for most people. So you want your client's feet to be on the wall, butt on the wall, upper back, nice neutral chin. I like to push down my clients right on the rib cage right here just so they know to keep their back on the wall. He's going to do shoulder flexion, which is coming forward with your thumb out. To get to the wall, it's about 160 degrees, of which the shoulders should be able to do. If there's any restriction, it's going to be from the extensors, of which the main extensor is going to be your lats. So Mike is going to just slowly come up. And this is where I start to feel him move. So this is not 160 degrees. He should be able to get his hand on the wall. So when we start looking at bro workouts, we're told we have to do military press, we have to do lat pull downs and certain things that are going to put him in a position that is going to start making this area back here that doesn't have the optimal mobility to move through it. So then you start getting some maybe thoracic pain, maybe some shoulder pain. So what I want to do is do some quick SMR, just for demonstration purposes. We're going to keep it nice and short. But I want to get the lats because that's what's restricted. If we can't get to that full range of motion without your ribs coming up, that means that the lats may be a little tight. So we'll do back and forth for a good 30 seconds. The thoracic spine, T1 through T12. Get the lats, not the rib cage. It's going to be like your chest is almost looking up and it's on the posterior side we're getting the lats. If you were to reach back and touch your scapula, that meat that you feel, that's your lats. 30 seconds per side. We're just going to do one. And then we're going to do, you can do it, you're good, you're good. So then the last little thoracic test that we're going to do, exercise, mobility drill, is you're going to sit in this position, always having a neutral chin. And then you can actually come over here a little bit more with the camera to see. Pick up. So you can see where I want the bottom part of his sternum to separate from his pelvis. A lot of times people just arch and then they're going to wrench through the low back, and we don't want that. So we want to just move the thoracic spine. Remember, this should be pretty stable. Thoracic, pretty mobile. Lumbar should be more stable as well. So I want him to just try to move my finger back up towards you. There you go. There you go. So now what we're doing is we're just working on some thoracic mobility here. It may look like he's just breathing, but we're putting pressure, upper back, thoracic area with the foam roller. 30 seconds. You can progress these to make them a little more challenging as well, but this is fine for now. So again, the screen, 30-second test on the lats for foam rolling. Thoracic drill. Here's a stretch that you can do on the pull-up bar. I like to encourage people to get into the range of motion where they want to be. So you can just kind of see how he's flared. So work on the posterior pelvic tilt and just hang. Feel that back there? This is going to be great for, right, your pits, exactly. This is going to be great for a lat stretch. I challenge people to hold for a minute. You're testing your forearm strength as well. Tuck it under, get a good little stretch. If you did this for a minute at the end of your workouts, it's just going to help get you to that range of motion. Right now we're telling the brain where we want to be. We want to get to the 160 degrees without the arch. We come over here to the last little exercise, we're going to show you the landmine press. So we're going to do a half kneeling press. I always ask, why do we have to do certain exercises? We have to squat, bench, and deadlift as the powerlifting. If you're not a powerlifter, you don't need to do those. Why do you have to military press? I want to work my shoulders. Watch the landmine. Hold when you press. This was exactly where he was earlier. He's still getting anterior medial deltoid, he's getting his triceps, he's actually getting a little bit of upper chest as well. This exercise is far superior for this individual. If you screen properly and you find out what they're not capable of doing, eliminate that for the time being. Do a couple reps. It doesn't mean he can never military press. If he's a meathead like I am, you're going to want to do those staple exercises. Put him at the end of a workout with light weight so we're not compounding that area as much. Head's always neutral. I like half kneeling because he's getting his glute med over there, you're getting your core, and you can load this pretty heavy. The one thing is when you go real heavy, you might need to have a spotter, and if you're a trainer, how I spot this, I'm always right next to the bar in case it were to fall. So there's an easy screen, shoulder flexion, 160 degrees. We're testing the lats, we're going to do some foam rolling, do a minute stretch. Here's an exercise. This is going to help your client with the thoracic problems that they may have.